Hello everybody and welcome back. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing a game with Alex Wesker, this lady here, judgmental as always. Showing off, this character. They're the one who has Bewilder. But they also are a great way to get Grenade Master. I am going to be getting literally every single skill inherited in this game at some point. Because you can, so may as well. Quick heal, extreme healing, health up, and herb storage are probably going to be the last ones I do. But it is just a generally good idea, honestly, to just get every single ability up. And I'm going to be doing it, slowly but surely. We already have so many abilities, so a lot of the last ones are just the bottles and such. So yeah, obviously Grenade Master is more of a level 70 or something skill on a lot of characters. So having Alex Wesker, who kind of just has it pretty early, is really, really good. Whew, okay, so this is going to be a long and painful one today. As you can see, dailies are going good. But we do have a really rough mission that we're going to be doing today. It's not too rough, but it will set the scene for what the gauntlet missions are going to be like later on. And that's the thing that's really important. And when we do have a lot of the skills that I want finished... Oh, frick, it's this mission. Okay, cool. I guess. Actually, this is a great one to show off the... Fuck off. This is a great one for the Samurai Edge, actually. I might need to make a training Samurai Edge, because I am kind of learning that it is kind of a really good weapon. And it has the ability to do so much that it's kind of like... Whew. It's kind of one of those semi-no-brainer weapons. Bring handgun master, go crazy, you know what I mean. But when we do actually get our... we want to get a long-range plus pistol. And the reason why we want that is because we can put close range on it. Which sounds like it's an oxymoron when you want to focus on long range. Well, no, we want it to actually be good at close range. However, long range plus actually gives you crit plus 20%. So that plus level 10 crit attachment means that you have a, baseline 51-52% crit rate, which is really freaking good. Pair that, so basically, you pair that with stars to give you 8% more. And it gives you a bit of damage as well. It means that essentially you're going to be critting more often than not. And that's what we're going to be doing with our Moor Master as well. But the thing with the pistols is they can have so much more ammo. And they can do a lot, as you can see. They're really fast firing, fast reloading, simple to use, allow you to have extra visibility of the things around you. Obviously this mission, honestly tailored for the pistol. This is 5-2 by the way, if you're curious on what missions we're doing. Making sure there's nothing behind me. Okay, good. So what we want to do now is attempt to find some pistol ammo. Handgun ammo comes in waves of 30, which basically means that we're pretty good for a little bit. Especially considering how easy it is to kill these foolish fools. But if we're getting crits more often, and if we're landing headshots more often, we'd actually be doing a lot more damage. We actually probably could have evaded into him to kill that one. So though that noise means that a big enemy is coming, you probably already, found that out. But just in case, you're clicking on this episode because you're just like, whatever. So what we're gonna do with these guys, scope in, and then we're gonna do a classic Bewilder and just evade through, and then hopefully we'll be fine, which seems like we are. Because this is a daily mission, healing is completely fine. If we were in a better scenario, we probably could have used armor up and then that. But sometimes you don't have the ability to do that. But as you can tell, if we did have pistol ammo up, we would be able to we would just be doing so much more. Like damage as well as just like everything really. Oh, freaking hell. Even with lower levels, enemies will still be able to just destroy you. This mission is actually really hard on Code Red because all of them have multiple things. So they're like, they have fast, they have poison, and they have other things. And then it's like, on top of that, they're also basically the same level as you because of how Code Red works. Just missed it. We're just gonna throw a little Bewilder out here. And if you don't know, Bewilder, interestingly enough, doesn't do anything for these dudes. But for any enemy where you can, basically any enemy from Revelations 2, you can just insta-kill them when you use Bewilder and there's no one else around, which is actually really useful. But yep, that is mission cleared. So now we're going to do the daily mission for Lady Hunk, and then we're going to try out our first Code Red mission, which will be it's the first mission, but you'll see just how very different it feels once you're actually, you know, low level and trying to do it. Almost level 39 from that. That's really good. So we'll quickly level up Alex. May as well. And, as well, we got a bunch of levels when we did actually do that final level in the last episode. Not last level. So we can allocate some more points there too. The only annoying thing is Grenade Master is a really expensive skill for no reason. It only like increases the blast radius to 200%. So you would think that it would just be a level 10 skill, but for some reason they'll like make it level 20. So, kind of weird. As you can tell, not much time has passed in between games here. So Ground Pound is useful. However, I have been noticing that it might be time to pick up a Bewilder instead. Just because Bewilder really does seem to just become mandatory at some points. Then other than that... we might even level it up as well. Because the time for Bewilder to continuously stun enemies is actually very powerful and necessary. So we're going to go for Lady Hunk today. Tomorrow we'll probably go for Rachel again. And we'll do our daily mission, and then we'll follow it up by doing the first Code Red mission of the series. So this episode's probably going to be called Our First Code Red. But yeah, these are the Code Red missions are fairly fun and fine. The only problem is when there's like a time limit or something like that, because then it becomes way more like, okay, I hope you can one-shot literally everything, even though you're like 1,000 levels behind. So right there, everything was fine. The great thing is against something like a Skag Dead, you might be able to do... There we go. Whoa. I'm gonna reload here, but I'm gonna activate Bewilder. So it does not work with melee attacks, even though melee attacks on that enemy were in Revelations. Sadly, it still doesn't work. However, we just killed him in like 2 seconds. The way I actually prefer doing this now, that I know the spawn's a bit better, is actually to be in here. Because that husky boy there is basically the only thing that's really annoying. And then everything else is kind of just designed to ambush you from behind. Like that first wave of 2 hunters actually come from behind you, as you've probably seen, because we have done this mission a fair few times. So I actually prefer doing that now. This is actually a pretty easy and fair level, even on Code Red. So when we get to the final proper thing, we're probably not going to have too much issue. And that's why Bewilder is so strong. It also only has a 30-second cooldown, believe it or not. So essentially, we can lock down an enemy, or enemies, for around 25 seconds with that combo. Which, obviously, is really broken. Which is why, you know, we're showing it off today, because unironically, I do think for Code Red, Bewilder is kind of necessary. Come on. It just does this sometimes. It's just like, no, it's too high of a fall. I think it's something to do with the E button prompt kind of overrides your ability to just fall off of it. Yeah, so sometimes you can get it, sometimes you can't. And it is really obnoxious when you can't, because it just really takes you out of the game. So immediately kill that one. Now there is essentially 2 problems here. And we're going to stealth cloak immediately. Just burst them down as much as we can. By the way, this stealth cloak is only level 2, and so is the Bewilder. So, do remember that when we do actually, you know, use these abilities. That is actually fucking bullshit. Man, don't you love it when you use an ability to make it so enemies don't attack you, and then they just fucking attack you? That's fun, right, guys? Fucking silly game. That was so silly. But at the end of the day, it's fine. Like, the only problem is that it kind of sucks. It does suck, but you know, it's life at this point. Life with this game, like, you know, the skills either work or they don't. I don't even, it's a grab, which is the problem. I don't think even if you had auto evade, you could evade that. So, the problem there was honestly just the fact that we didn't have a longer stealth cloak. So now we're level 90, as you can tell. So that means we're at the perfect level for the good old, you know, missions that we want to go into. However, really not that viable. So at this point we're just going to level up stealth cloak because we saw that it was useful, but we kind of need it more often. I do think that getting stealth cloak to level 10 at this point is probably going to be one of the bigger things that we need to do. Getting stealth cloak and Bewilder maxed out, and then going into some more crazy plays is probably how we're going to do things right now. So we're going to go into main missions, 1, and go. So Code Red missions allow you to get Rainbow Rarity, and I think Code Red Rarity. I don't know if that's even a thing. But essentially, when you're in Code Red, that's when you get the level 100s. That's the main thing to think about, at least anyway. But furthermore, Code Red missions are interesting because the recommended level is actually 15 below what you should actually be facing these enemies at. However, because we have the underrated power of God on our side, I do actually want that EXP. Whew, the frames are going to be so great for editing later. The entire section is going to take like 5 years. Jesus. But as you can see, you know, we're getting like a fair bit of EXP at this moment. Only problem is that these ones are going to be a little bit more. So at this point, I'm just going to take the lower EXP. So as I said previously, so we have we get 4 times the gold and 3 times the EXP when killing without Muramasa. Just so you guys know. I do plan at some point to actually get a level 100 Muramasa that we can then put a lot of ammo on. I do think that there was an episode early on where I did have one like that, but then I got rid of it because it had attachments like a level 8 charge shot add-on, which we needed to get this higher level one that we have now. So, you know, that is the problem with putting your good attachments on guns, is sometimes you do lose guns that you otherwise would kind of want to keep. It was funny, it was like a young man. But at this point, for this entire mission, any weapon goes, honestly. Like, if it's a bunch of normal enemies, I probably could just use the Samurai Edge. And I think I might use the Samurai Edge for this next little bit. But we're probably actually going to show off a Bewilder yet again. Oh, actually, no, there's this part first. Yes, as you can see, even when the levels are down against like normal enemies, which is what your handgun is basically going to be for, you can just melt into it. And then for these guys, we're going to do the long abused ability that we've been showing off all day. So these guys will be hitting each other hopefully. And yeah, that's why the skill is really good. Because they just hit each other, they immediately one-shotted each other, and we didn't have to do anything. And then furthermore, we need to explore, maybe we'll get some more Muramasa ammo, and it's already basically back. If you have a single skill, get a single gun with Executioner, it becomes even more broken because of just that interaction alone. So what we're gonna do, stealth cloak. Get that shot. Get some more shots. So as you can see, Bewilder again, just the ability to turn enemies that have really strong modifiers into literal tools to end themselves is so strong it's not even funny. So like this enemy here, we'll stall for a bit and then we'll just... Everyone's confused, everyone hits each other, and everyone bloody dies. Oh, this one didn't. Not where I wanted to go. There we go. Just had to wait a little bit for that one. But yeah, so as you can see, this is only normal, easy to kill enemies though. And yet, we took a hit and that was half of our health and damage. And we have 30% damage reduction. So essentially in this mode, you know, the reason why, like, you know, we can get more health, which is really good, but at the end of the day, we're also, it's, like, you're gonna, like, even with 15% health per kill, you're gonna have to kill kind of like 3 enemies to kind of get back to almost full, and you have to do that after every single hit, essentially, which is the real problem of Code Red. Is just the fact that everything is so painful and everything can be terrible. Level 96s and all that. But yeah, at this point, it's really good though, because all the weapons that aren't level 100, you can sell for like 20,000 each, which easily you know, covers the entry fee, and basically getting all the other weapons or things evaluated that you picked up during the other mission, or the mission. So grinding overall is really good if you actually do the Code Red missions fully, but there is like times where you will want to actually just, like what I do with my other level 100 characters, the 2 of them, I just go into a thing and then I just grind. I go in there, ding 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 ding, going in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, until I find a rainbow weapon or something, or like a purple weapon, and then we bring it back. But hopefully, when we're leveling up Lady Hunk and all that stuff, we'll be able to hopefully grab some cool weapons for the series. But yeah, hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.